know it has been a while since I recorded. I have not recorded since Vietnam. The end of that trip, I ended up getting sick. I did not do much training during that time, but got back and started to feel better, but then just getting back to life, getting back to work, the kids, and getting ready for school. And one thing after another just led to me kind of falling out of the rhythm of recording and really trying to focus on getting my training in. And sometimes when all of that comes together between family and training and trying to stay on top of building back up on the bike and the swim, because I was gone almost 2.5 weeks, recording fell off. The fire didn't go out, but the last couple weeks I've been feeling dizzy when I stand up. If I'm laying down or I'm sitting down, I've been feeling dizzy, and started doing some research on it. And one of the big things that I found was it might be dehydration. It talks about your blood pressure changing when you pop up too quick. And I've never really experienced that dizzy feeling. But this week I have been focused on hydrating. I realized, just kind of summing up in my head, that I was maybe drinking 70 ounces a day, and used some online calculators and calculated, based on 2 hours of training a day, 3 to 4 hours on the weekends, my body weight, that I should probably be closer to 180 ounces. So I have upped that, shooting for 150 or more. And since then, I've been feeling pretty good. I also recently did blood work for a physical and found that my bun level was high, which is also an indicator that you're dehydrated. Yes?
Bottle.
Okay. Did you decide which bottle you want? She forgot her nutrition.
Got my bearings replaced. Thank you.
So while I get this ride started, got 2 hours and 15 minutes with a bunch of intervals from 115 to 140% FTP. They're short, 2 to 3 minutes. Let's flash back and see how we got from my last Vietnam video to here. Yo, yo. What is going on, folks? Welcome back to another video. This is number 3 from Vietnam, and it is 4:45 in the morning. I am up early because I'm planning to play volleyball this morning with some of the locals here. There's about 12 to 14 guys who meet maybe a quarter mile down the beach at one of the public nets, and they play for about an hour or so. Today's the last day to get to play there, and I've played yesterday and had a really good time, and then went for a run. So we'll see today. We have had a great time here in Da Nang. Last night we went to see the Dragon Bridge breathe fire. That was the end of the last video. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. I know it's not all training. It's a lot more adventure than training, but so far I have been pretty happy with getting training in. I've tried to get in at least an hour every single day, and volleyball today I'm going to consider training, but I might have time to get a run in afterwards. We do not actually take off until 5:15 p.m. We don't have to check out of here till 2:30, so we'll head to the airport and we'll fly from here to Nha Trang, which is another coastal town, and that was supposed to be kind of our relaxing portion of the trip. This portion has ended up being pretty relaxing, especially yesterday and the day before, where we spent a lot of time here just kind of hanging out at the beach. But the next part of the trip is supposed to actually be our relaxing time, and we don't really have anything scheduled, any tours, anything like that in Nha Trang. One of the coolest parts about Vietnam has been how active people are in the morning. Because it's so hot here, if you're going to get your exercise in, you're going to want to do it early. But it's just amazing to see how many people are out moving their bodies. Nowhere in the US have I ever seen anything like this. Well, I am done playing volleyball, played for just over an hour, had some great games. Now just going to relax for a little while, then grab some breakfast. And really, today we do not leave here until around 2:30. When we check out here, we'll go straight to the airport and take our flight. Well, it is 10:09 and we are just enjoying the last few hours we have here down at the beach. About to go out and get one last open water swim in, maybe do about 1,000 yards. We are checking out and heading to the airport. We have an hour and 15-minute flight, and then the hotel we're staying at is about an hour from the airport. So we should take off at 5:15 and hopefully be in the room before 9 p.m. We have made it to Nha Trang. It is now 6:50. No problem. Flight was on time. Smooth flight. Driver is here, and we are boarding. See how much space they need for luggage up here? Well, we made it to the hotel. It took about an hour to get out here, and we drove through downtown Nha Trang, which is a huge city. So many neon lights, so many stores, people everywhere. And then we are on the other side of the city, about 15 minutes outside the city, more remote, a lot quieter. So just getting checked in, and then we'll do a little exploring.
Does it have any flavor?
Try. This is actually the ocean out here. All of those little bright lights out there are fishing boats. Good morning from Nha Trang. It is Tuesday morning, July 1st at 5:49. It is sunny. It is blue. And I've got to try and figure out my way out of our new hotel. All I know is when we got in last night, it was dark, and took a golf cart, drove around a bunch of windy roads, and ended up here. So no idea where I'm at, but I did look up a run path on Strava. Looks like I can get 6 miles out on an ocean road. And from the looks of coming in last night, that road didn't look too busy, but who knows? Let's go find out. I've already seen 3 little cats running around.
World is looking different on the television. Switching through the channels got me getting tunnel vision. I've been reminiscing on times when we were children, running in the open, seeing colors where there isn't.
Well, I picked the hilly route apparently. Since starting a 1.5 miles in, I've been climbing this road the whole time. 9-minute pace. 8:30 to 9-minute pace. But I think it's about to pay off.
Right now, low-key, I've been undeveloping my OCD, shipping my anxiety overseas. paper planes out of OCPs. Feeling like a kid again, I'm so free.
Well, I am 3 1/4 miles in. There's a little area I want to do when I get back, so I'm gonna cut it short here. Go for 7 miles. This is definitely a hilly coastal route. My back is really sore this morning. I don't know if it's the bed or what, but very tender.
I'm so free.
There's a ton of construction going on here. Apparently, there has been so much buildup just before COVID, and then a lot stopped because of COVID, but there are so many buildings being built. There's a new one here. I'm not sure what this tower is, but right next to it is where we are staying. That kind of circular and those little white places.
Don't believe everything that you see. Silicone trees, could they ever grow?
I made it back to the hotel, and I think I'm finding my way to the beach. Water feels so good. Not cold at all. This is like a little inlet that they've built because it's so rocky here. They make these little beach areas for the hotels. We made it back to the room. These rooms have pools as well, which are really nice. Have not been in this one yet. Gonna cool off. A lot more bugs here, a lot more mosquitoes. Anytime I stopped running, I felt like things were landing on me, and who knows, I may have some bites now. What do you think?
I like it, but I don't see any shells.
Yeah, this is more of a manufactured beach.
Oh.
We're gonna go find real shells. Well, we just finished breakfast and we are about to get a ride into downtown Nha Trang. We want to take the girls' pearls to a goldsmith and see if they can get those mounted on a chain while we are here, as well as do a little walking around, exploring, and the girls want to do some shopping. We are visiting what would be considered the original mall in Nha Trang. Very tight quarters in here walking through, but you can pretty much find everything in here. Well, it is 5:30 in the morning, July 2nd, Wednesday, and I'm out for another run. This morning I am running towards downtown instead of taking the hillier kind of cliff highway. Same road, but just headed into downtown. Well, good news is my back is feeling better. I have been feeling a little kind of under the weather the last 24 hours. I don't feel like I'm getting sick, but just kind of some stomach discomfort. Not really affecting anything other than just some cramps and feeling a little tired. I have continued to maintain a pretty good diet here. I've definitely enjoyed the foods, but been careful to watch the carbs as I'm not training as much. One thing I learned about Vietnam is there is a lot of French influence here. And one of those influences is bread. Lots and lots of bread here. I'm starting to get into downtown. These blue boats, blue and red boats, those are all fishing boats. I'm back and I am hot, sweaty. It is not as hot as it was yesterday, but it is still humid. Just ran 1 hour, 7 minutes and 51 seconds for 8.13 miles and an average pace of 8:21. Whew, that felt really a lot more difficult today. Body's tired. Down to the lagoon for a little dip.
We're all riding down the same road, looking for the same old signs, hugging curves and dimes and potholes, trying to make up time. We're all looking for the answers, asking questions about life.
This morning we were out at the Bajo Waterfall. It's about 20 minutes is what I'm being told. And there are 3 different spots. They call them lakes, but basically areas of the river where the water gathers. And there's some areas you can swim. Apparently there's some areas you can jump off of rocks. So we're gonna go check this out.
Mostly it's somewhere in between your nightmares and all your crazy dreams. But if you got
Well, we are all suited up. We've got a zip line and we have a ropes course.
what you need, you can kick back and enjoy that ride. Sometimes we all go falling off the wagon. All get high.
Well, we are done with the ropes course. Did not do the zip line yet. Haven't decided if we will do that on the way back. We didn't pay for it on the way up, but now we are hiking, bouldering really up to the waterfall and the rock jump.
Goes the other way. Mostly it's somewhere in between the nightmares and all your crazy dreams. But if you got what you need, you can kick back and enjoy that ride. Sometimes, oh, sometimes
We made it to the swimming, rope swing, lake, or portion of the river. This next one is a little more of a climb. Definitely a climb up there. A little bit of a climb, not too bad. Well, we made it all the way near the back. Only about a 1.5 mile hike. A lot of bouldering, a lot of climbing. Once you get in the water, getting out and trying to climb further, a little bit rough for a few minutes while the bottom of your shoes are slippery, but this is incredible. It's beautiful.
Sometimes it goes the other way. Mostly it's somewhere in between your nightmares and all your crazy dreams. But if you got what you need, you can kick back and enjoy that ride. Sometimes worry about the last time, only this time. Cause you know sometimes you're gonna get it right. Sometimes you have a good time, you're only here for a short time. Sometimes.
Oh, no sunglasses. I'll put it in my pocket. What are we doing?
We are zip lining.
So that's a zip line. This thing, I don't know if it's a zip line or more like a track. You're on a track.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but watching people come down, this thing whips you around pretty good, so it's gonna be interesting.
N-N-A-L-I-N-E-M-I-Go. Very dramatic.
Very dramatic.
Wow, that turner whipped her. Great job! You're doing great! Are you trying to get me in it?
So we were reluctant to go on the hike to the waterfall today. And was it worth it?
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, you enjoyed it?
Yeah, until I fell twice.
Fell twice. Any bruises, cuts?
Not visible.
And how about you? Did you enjoy the waterfall?
Yeah, except when we were trying to climb up to see you guys. It was way
So the
too
jump,
hard.
way too hard to get that high?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you had fun swinging?
Yeah.
We had a great day here. Everyone is pretty spent from the hike and the waterfalls and the swimming. And then I had an episode, unfortunately, this morning running that my phone got wet. My screen stopped working. So I ended up having to hunt down a store that could replace my iPhone screen. Second time in like 2 months. Cannot believe it. Go years and years and years without breaking a screen or having any issues. And all of a sudden, within 2 months, gone through 2 screens. But was able to get it fixed, which is great. And now we are headed out to dinner. We're actually going to a Japanese steakhouse.
3 people ordered rice.
Good morning. It is Thursday morning. I am headed over to the gym today. Going to take a break from running and hit some weights, maybe jump on the spin bike, spin the legs a little bit. And then this afternoon, I'm going to hop in the bay here and do some open water swimming. It is starting to feel like we are coming towards the end of the trip. Only about 3 or 4 days left. 1 full day here, travel to Saigon tomorrow, and then 2 days in Saigon, and then we head home. It's always funny how at the beginning of a trip, it feels like the vacation is going to be so long, but then as you get closer to the end, things start to move faster. All right, well, that was a 35-minute swim, some light weights. I tell you, I am feeling pretty run down, a little bit under the weather, just no real energy. So I'm gonna go back to the room, take a quick soak in the pool, cool off, grab some breakfast and see how I feel after. Unfortunately, my father-in-law on this trip, pretty much the whole trip, has been sick with some sort of cold or sinus infection. So hopefully I'm not catching that. Time for a little open water swim. Gonna swim some laps around this bay. It comes from this side and connects around to the other side. On the other side, there is a volleyball net, some lounge chairs, as well as paddle boards. Well, we are done for the day, just grabbing some dinner in downtown Nha Trang. And tomorrow morning, or tomorrow afternoon really, we will be headed to Saigon. Get picked up around 11:30, and we have a 2 o'clock flight over to Ho Chi Minh City, also known as in downtown Saigon. And we will be there for 2 full days. We're going out to a farm on one day, and then the second day we just have to hang out in the city.
The gate is so empty.
Thanks so much. Oh, we made it. This morning was a bit hectic. I will explain in a little bit. Running to catch the flight. Van that we had booked had gotten in an accident, and we pretty much got here 15 minutes before it took off. Well, somehow we successfully made our flight and made it to Saigon. While it was extremely stressful there for a little while, I can't believe how fast we were able to get checked in once we got to the airport. In the US, there is no way you could have arrived 15 minutes before the flight, gotten your luggage on the plane, and gotten to the flight. But somehow they miraculously did it here. Unfortunately, the van that was supposed to pick us up a little more than 2.5 hours before our flight was in some sort of fender bender accident, so they didn't show. So then they had to send another van, and it was about 1 hour and 10 minutes to get to the airport. So by the time that van got there, almost an hour late, we arrived with just about 15 minutes before the flight took off. But somehow we made it on. So now we are here in Saigon. We have tonight, which currently it is 5 p.m., just gonna get some dinner, hang out. And tomorrow we're headed out to your grandmother's farm. And then the final day we have here, the day after tomorrow, we will have a full day of just exploring Saigon.
Oh, they got the new gate. There's the name of the city, the person in front of you.
And they didn't now the same no more longer.
Yeah.
Just they didn't.
So that's her bus. That's yes.
We're walking around the local market in the village here, checking out all of the food stores as well as some clothing shops. The girls are just looking for some local trinkets. We are out visiting the family farm. Prior to the fall of Saigon and communism taking over the country, the girls' grandparents and family had over 100 acres out here. After the war and communism took over, the government took all of the acreage and left them with 1 acre. So the house behind me is the family settling when they were given back the land. This is what they built and lived here.
Now it was right out there, right out there.
This name on his mom's side.
How is it, Evie? Fresh. Fresh cut. I'm about to start the warm-up set. 20 minutes easy first, just about done with that. 35 seconds till I start a build of 3 sets of 3 minutes. Just building from 80 to 95% of FTP, then a small break, and then we go into a full hour of 2-minute intervals that are from 115 to 140% of FTP. So some sort of accident happened. This truck ended up on the river trail, and they got a bunch of cops all along here. Looking for someone. They're using drones. All right, well, 2 hours, about 17 minutes. Whew, that was tough. Those 2-minute intervals, while that sounds really short, holding that power was hard. I think this week I'll go into a little bit more. This is kind of building into peak time now. I think I'm going to be between 14 and 15 hours this week. So it's been a big week, and I think I can feel it on my legs. Tomorrow I got a 14-mile run. So at the moment I'm not looking forward to that, but right now I have got 4 miles as a progressive run, 7:45 all the way down to 7, every mile dropping 15 seconds.
You're making you just
Well, that was a challenging workout, I will say. I didn't think it would be as bad as it was. I think fatigue and then those VO2 max efforts were pretty tough. I definitely felt that last round of 3. It was 3 rounds of 3, and I definitely felt that last round of 3 I had to sit up in order to push enough power to stay within my 114 to 140 range, I believe. And then got out on the run, felt really good for the first mile. Was hard to contain myself at a 7:45 and then a 7:30, but then it got a little more challenging for a 7:15 on the way back. But I sucked it up, went hard for the last mile and definitely came in under 7. Haven't looked at what it was yet, but overall it felt good. That last mile actually started to feel like I was running well, and which is good because you start that third mile, third mile, I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna go. But then by that fourth mile, between 3 and 4, I was feeling warmed up and feeling like I was in a groove. Now I'm stopping to grab a bagel real quick, gonna fuel up. At the beginning of this video, you saw I am actually down under 180 pounds. That is one thing I've really focused on while I was not filming, is really staying tight on the diet, cut the protein back a little bit, and now 177 this morning, which is awesome. I have been hovering under 180, so I'm really happy with that. But now I am starting to pick up the calories. So I'm low enough, don't need to drop any more weight, but I need to eat some more. So now, time for a bagel with some cream cheese and salmon and a large coffee.
Please. Hi.
Can I get a bacon, egg, and cheese on a jalapeno bagel?
Well, the bike is back on the trainer, all cleaned up, just cleaned the chain, re-oiled it, and ready for my next ride, which will not be until Tuesday. But now, before I take a shower and get cleaned up, I am gathering up my stuff for tomorrow. Tomorrow, open water swim down in Newport Beach, followed by a 14-mile run. So gathering up my run stuff here, about to pack up the Synergy wetsuit. I think I am going to go with the EFX4, which is, maybe it's down here. Here it is here. Something interesting that's been going on with my eyes recently. I'm curious if any of you have experienced this. I recently have been, or I've always used kind of race goggles. I've been using either the Speedo Vanquishers, what I used for a really long time, and then Synergy came out with their Elite Racer goggles, which I really, really like. But these are kind of inner eye socket goggles, right? They sit kind of inside your eye socket. Well, over the last couple of weeks, I have been experiencing a lot of pain from goggles. And I've tried different styles that all kind of sit in a similar area, and it is so painful by the time I'm done swimming. My eyes are killing me. Luckily, I have some of the other Synergy goggles, which are more of a kind of an outer eye. They're a little bit bigger goggle. They have kind of a bigger gasket, a little easier on the face, but I do not know what could be causing the pain. This is something new I'm experiencing. I've never really dealt with this kind of pain. So I'm curious, have any of you ever experienced all of a sudden, for some reason, a bunch of pain around your eyes from goggles? One of the things I have been working on while I was away was my garage. My garage has been out of control since I redid the girls' rooms last year at Thanksgiving. So I wasn't going to let it be a full year before I got it cleaned up. Got most of it cleaned up. It's a little blown out, but just a little bit left, some Girl Scout stuff over there and a little bit of Goodwill stuff here that's going. But right now I am starting to get prepared for the movie night we are hosting for the girls. One of the things they wanted to do before summer was over. School starts in 4 or 5 days. Starts on Thursday the 14th. Also, in 2 days, when this comes out, I guess the day after it comes out, I'll be 49 years old. My birthday is on Monday, August 11th. But right now, I am starting to get stuff ready for movie night for the girls. Evelyn had her birthday last week, and Emmeline's is in a couple weeks. And one of the things they wanted to do was have a movie night out on the driveway, screen, projector. So I am working on getting that kind of stuff set up. We're doing that this evening. All right, well, this is a perfect example of why I have not been editing videos, because it feels like every waking moment is filled with something, and tonight is filled with movie night. So right now I am setting up for movie. Got the screen going, project from the back of the garage or inside the garage. Bunch of kids coming over, volleyball set up. So this is a good example of why I'm not getting my videos edited. It's just busy. And the older the kids get, the busier they get. So between training 14 to 16 hours a week, working 40 to 45 hours a week, kids, events, sports, it's been tough. But school starts soon, which hopefully means we'll get back to a little better routine. Well, it is Sunday morning, and had a fun movie night, at least for the part that I stayed up for. I did not stay up until 10:30 when they were all finished. Got it all set up and stayed up for a while, but then turned in, made sure everything was set up in a way that could just be turned off, pushed into the garage, and I will clean that up later when I get home. But right now I am headed down to the Newport Dunes, which is a little bay, and we are meeting up with, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 people from OCE. Gonna do an open water swim and then hop out on a run. If you run the outer area of the bay, it is 10 miles. I'm gonna add a little extra on, get 14. And that will be it for the day. No other real plans today, I do not believe. I think my daughter has volleyball practice this evening, so I will take her to that, and maybe I'll get a walk in. I'll take the dog, just depends how hot it is. Even at 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the evenings, it has been close to 90 here, which is still a little hot on the paws for Maple to be walking on the concrete, but we will see what the day holds. Hey, hey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
OCE camp right there. You're not going
Got 7 people so far. See who else shows up.
It's been a while since I put the wetsuit on.
Well, that's what I just said. I'm like, man, this feels tight.
Oh no.
All right, well, we are out on the run. Forgot my GoPro, so I didn't get any water footage, and decided to go minimal, just carry some water, a gel, and the phone for this run.